Welcome to the final part of the Jill playthrough of Resident Evil 1 Remastered. Now, there's not much left that's different with Jill and Chris here gameplay-wise. It's mainly cutscene. So, yeah, there's gonna be a lot of fucking speeding up at this point. So get ready for a whole lot of the tunnel and a whole lot of the lab just being skipped by right now, because it's about to begin in about now.
Is that you, Jill?
Is that voice Enrico's?
Yeah?
You're alive!
Stop! Are you with anybody, Jill?
No, but why?
The stars are finished. Someone is a traitor. Umbrella set us up.
Enrico! Traitor? Who?
Well, we got more info from Enrico that time instead of from Chris. But, yeah, outside of that, we already know who the traitor is. Okay, now it's time to go back to the fast forwarding, because it's about to be the whole sim again. Okay, so right now, you might notice there's no flamethrower here. Yeah, with Jill, you don't get a flamethrower. Only Chris gets the flamethrower. Because remember, Barry has the flamethrower. And by the way, there's a bit of a different cutscene here as well. Okay, so the spider. I have a a grenade launcher now. And I have different kinds of shells. So I brought out the acid shells. And, this is how good they are. Yeah, they're not that good. In all honesty, this is actually slower than using a Magnum. And quite honestly, it doesn't do that much damage to the acid shells. So, yeah, this ammunition kind of sucks compared to regular grenades. And, yeah, fuck the acid shells. Oh, by the way, I'm gonna go ahead and just use that because I nearly fucking died. That's about as close to death as I've ever gotten in this game. But yeah, acid shells, never gonna use again, because they're honestly pretty fucking shit.
Barry? Thank God you're safe.
You too, Jill. A noise I heard brought me down here, but I didn't expect to find a place like this. Have any idea as to what might be at the bottom?
There's only one way to find out.
What the hell is that sound? It could be a person.
Jill, go check it out. had enough surprises for one day. I'll stay here and secure our escape route in case something happens.
Okay.
Good old Barry. Doing on the job for us of securing places without any zombies and shit coming in. What a great guy. So yeah, Barry's gonna be standing there, and basically, you know, protecting the elevator even though, you know, of Chris it's busted. Apparently though, here with Jill it's not busted, it actually works still. So we could go back up if we wanted to. We're not going to, but you can if you want. Alright, back to fast forwarding now. Oh, by the way, look at that. That's our max ammo, 255. There you go, guys. Mystery solved.
Barry!
Jill, you're alive. I was worried, because I thought you were...
Start talking.
Calm down. I didn't want to do it. Believe me, I can explain.
Don't lie to me!
No time to talk. Jill, hand me my gun! Thanks, Jill.
Now, I could have gone ahead and said no, in which Barry would die, and I would actually grab his gun, which is a unique gun, and would basically be the final gun I need in order to actually get all guns and get an achievement. However, that would stop me from getting the best ending, so no. I'm going to save Barry, even though he's a bit of a dickhead, because we need the fucking best ending. Yep. Time for you to fall in the fucking pit, Lisa. By the way, Barry will never fall in the pit unlike Wesker, so we can talk to Barry after this. And, we got some questioning for him. I want to know, what the fuck is up with Barry? Why is he being such a dick? And why the fuck did he try to kill me here? What the fuck?
I don't believe that thing's really dead. Leave this place up to me and go on ahead.
Okay.
Alright, Barry, but remember, I got a grenade launcher, so the next time you try to fucking kill me, I'll blow your fucking head off! Okay, here's that fucking bit of dialogue, whatever, from here. The researcher's letter, which is actually where we get the fucking password and the username for the computer. Dearest Ada, or Ada, whatever, here's that letter that he's been writing down. He's sitting on the edge of reason, just thinking about his impending doom. He's obviously not going to make it. He's obviously going to die. This is clearly a guy called John. And, yeah. This is basically just a nice little story about everything going wrong with him. And basically telling you how everything's going to work here. And also how to use the computer in order to get some information. So with that in mind, basically, this is simple. It's all fucking simple. You can figure this out yourself, really. But the main thing here is that we are getting the username and the password here. There's Ada, who was the person this letter is for, and then there's John, the person writing it. And the game will basically tell you, yeah, keep that in mind. Ada, John. There you go. Let's move on now.
Jill?
Chris, you're alive!
Of course I'm alive. Jill, there's something big going down, and I don't think we're part of the equation.
I have to get you out of here. Ugh, it won't open. Wait, I'll be back to get you out.
Okay, no sightseeing, though.
Jill,
Barry,
you could have at least waited up for me, you know?
let's go.
And now Barry's with us, which is the first time Barry ever actually follows us. Usually just standing around and doing shit himself. But yeah, he's actually following us through this small hallway. And it's the only time he really ever does this outside of the very beginning, so... Yeah, Rebecca's a bit of a better ally than Barry in the gameplay department, huh?
Wesker!
Thank you, Barry.
Well, what do you know?
Oh, don't blame Barry for everything. I hear that his better half and two lovely daughters will be in danger if he doesn't do everything I tell him to.
Wesker, you're pathetic.
Well, you shouldn't worry too much, dear. You'll be free of all this anyway.
Why eliminate stars?
Believe it or not, that's Umbrella's intention.
You're just a slave of Umbrella.
Smart girl. But I think you misunderstand me. The things you mention are nothing. I'll burn all of them along with this entire laboratory. Barry, go up on the ground and wait there.
Barry.
You gotta love Barry. He must really be afraid of Umbrella.
You and Umbrella took his family. You bastard. Oh!
Umbrella? Well, I used some carrots and sticks to cow him, but it had nothing to do with Umbrella. I just used Barry for my personal interests. Though both you and Barry seemed to think I was following Umbrella's orders.
What? What are you planning?
I guess it's time for show and tell. It's magnificent.
For the sake of this thing.
You know, I hate goodbyes.
Barry!
Forgive me.
No, you're not to blame. It's Umbrella and Wesker.
Even if it meant my family, I couldn't bear turning my back on my friends again. Shit! Damn it!
Jill and Barry together. In hell.
You want a piece of me?
What? Premature.
No, Barry! You viral cultured freak.
Okay, what did Barry think when he went just running into that fucker? 2, Wesker didn't die that time, so there's that. And 3, I am terrible at shooting at this asshole, and also, I can see that Jill's actually slower at shooting this fucking Magnum than Chris. So that's great. Well, there you go, 5 shots, he's dead. There you go. A bit harder, because Jill's slower with the gun, but otherwise, still easy as hell. Barry, wake up already.
Barry! Barry! You're okay.
Jill, sorry. That was careless of me. Wesker,
He's gone.
first, let's just get out of here.
Now, I didn't actually, read the subtitle and actually hear her say he's gone. I thought he was still here, knocked out. But no, after that fight, he just bamfs off somehow. Like, disappears completely like a magician. So, I run around here and I'm gonna skip that bit.
Wesker must have set it off. Let's hurry.
Oh, that's cute. That's really fucking cute, game.
Jill,
Sorry about the wait.
So everything's taken care of?
Well, almost. Now let's get the hell out of here.
Okay, so one thing I didn't bother doing with Chris before was actually going back in this jail cell room and seeing what's inside, because we can actually go back inside and explore it a bit. So, what is inside where Chris or Jill will be locked up in? Well, if we actually go inside, we'll find that we're looking for a camera and also some shotgun shells here, and that's about it. So that's the room. And now we've basically seen every room in the game. And I won't be getting the achievement still. Fuck you, game. Moving on.
Come on, let's go. Come on, hurry!
Yeah, don't fucking rush me, guys. Come on, you're just standing there right now. Right, we're nearly done now. I'm not going to skip any more because we're basically in cutscenes at this point, so...
This is Brad. I'm running out of fuel. If there's anyone alive, contact me now or just give me a sign. I repeat, this is your last chance.
So yeah, we're getting a whole row of different cutscenes. That's why I'm not really fast-forwarding here. Even though this is the same fucking bit as Chris. And also, the only time we ever have 2 allies following us, by the way. Every other time was just 1. But here at the very end of just a fucking hallway, we have both Barry and Chris. And that's the only time we ever have them.
3 minutes to detonation.
Damn it! We're almost there! Jill, you just get in contact with Brad.
No!
We can make it. Jill, ladies first.
Chris!
Would you let me have my moments too?
All right. We'll rendezvous at the heliport.
Chris, you've already had your moments. We're going with the fucking Jill path here, dude. If you want to have your moments, you had your own playthrough, which I'm done with now. Okay, so I brought my grenade launcher this time, instead of my Magnum. Well, I did bring the Magnum, but only as a backup. And I brought Increditary rounds. So, we're going to fight the Tyrant with the Increditary rounds and see how that goes. It should be the toughest fucking shots ever in the game.
Jill!
You made it!
Okay, let's take him down. Oh my god. Wow. This is doing fucking nothing. Great. So outside of regular shots, both the special shots of the grenade launcher were fucking worthless compared to a Magnum. Great. Glad to hear. Thanks, fucking bastards of a game.
Jill, use it! Kill it, whatever it is!
Alright, time to get the rocket launcher and end this goddamn garbage. Here we go. And now I'm just going to... You fucking dare hit a lady right behind her back when she's grabbing something. You know what, Tyrant? Fuck you! And that's Jill's playthrough for Resident Evil 1. Right, so Jill's playthrough. Much easier, much faster, bit more fun, bit more enjoyable because of Barry. And I honestly think this is a lot more of a canon path than Chris's. For two reasons. One, because we actually went and found that Wesker did not fucking die. There's that. Like, he didn't get killed off, because, you know, he is supposed to come back as, like, this superhuman motherfucker later on, because of a virus infection, not from getting killed off by a tyrant. And, two, because he was the one that set the fucking self-detonation to basically fuck us over as a last hope to get rid of stars. That made a lot more sense than Rebecca doing it. And also, you know, we saved Barry. And his story was a lot more, you know, in there than Rebecca's. Like, he had a reason for what he was doing here. Not Rebecca. Rebecca was just kind of here all of a sudden. We never actually saw her in the intro or anything until we actually met her later on. So yeah, that was Jill's playthrough, and in quite honesty, this game, if you're playing the original PS1 version with the bad voice acting, you'll have a lot of fun. But if you're playing this version, it's just not fun. It's just a really fucking bad game when you look back at it years later like this. It was really not that good a game back then. It really is just a relic of its time. And we're about to see Jill's stats, by the way, so let's see how well I did here, because there's achievements for actually speeding through this. Either being in under 5 hours or 3 hours. And how did I go with this?
Jill, you did a fine job.
I got it under 5 hours. And also I didn't kill many enemies, and I didn't use much of my ammo, but I did also use not much of my ink ribbons. I think about the same on health items though. But yeah, under 5 hours. I'm fine with that time. Right. So that's about it. I'm going to show off some other things, like the fact there are multiple cutscenes, which would require you to actually get the other endings, which are all bad endings. Like, being the game with saving Rebecca, but not saving fucking Jill. Or with, saving Chris, but not Barry, like grabbing his fucking gun, letting him get killed. All of this shit. There's a lot of different ways to end this. I'm not bothering though. And really that's about it. Outside of the difficulty bullshit and the fact there are additional modes, extra modes that you can go through if you've gone through high difficulty and actually unlock them, whatever, I'm not bothering with this shit. But yeah, that's about it for Resident Evil 1 Remastered. I am done with this fucking game. And the worst part is that even though this is considered a horror series, I don't consider this a horror game. I really fucking don't. There's some bits of horror here and there, but a lot of games can have that just spoon about and not be a horror game at all. This was just a fucking action shooter game, for the most part. It's a fucking zombie survival game. It's not scary. It doesn't try to be scary for most of the game. It's just, you know, here's some guns, here's some ammo. It's frustrating to item manage and everything like that in this fucking game, because the item management in this fucking game is god-awful, but you're just shooting around shit. You're going around fucking killing shit. It's an action game. It's a shooter. It is not a fucking horror game. It is not survival horror to me. It is literally, to me, survival action. Or survival shooter. Whichever one you want to go for. But it is not a horror game to me. It never has been. But that's it for Resident Evil 1 Remastered, and that's it for this month of horror games, even though I wouldn't consider this horror. Thanks for watching, and next time we're going back to our scheduled program of the Let's Plays I've left beforehand.